we'll try to discuss. In unit number 3, comparative analysis of the IKS with the Western management theory, that is WMT. In this particular unit, the significance of the IKS. See, in a post-independent after 1947, it was very essential for us to understand the impact of more than 175 years of colonial regime on Indian mindset or Indian culture and everything. Okay, and now after independent, maybe 75 years gone, and in that particular year, I can add 175 year plus this 75 years, very prolonged duration. We are under the impact or influence of Western culture or Western theories. Okay, so in this particular case, it is very essential what to take, what not to take from the Western culture. Okay, Indian culture, unit number 1 and 2, we try to understand the Indian culture, but in unit number third, main thing is that what we should take from the Western culture. Okay, in case of Indian knowledge system, the education, administration, law, justice, manufacturing, and commerce, all these sectors were under the proper influence of IKS, where Jivan, Darshan or Vigyan, Gyan, okay, all these factors were interconnected. But when we compare, then it is very essential what to take from the Western culture. In Western culture, I advise you only two things you need to take is their academics, first thing, second thing, their scientific temperament. Okay, now you will ask one question, sir, why we should take academics? Academics is not good in IKS. Yes, it is good. Gurukul system was excellent. Okay, it was a Western system which broken down the Gurukul system into the pieces, and they changed the Indian knowledge system into Western system, and they totally demolished the Gurukul system, which was very effective for the social, political, economical, scientific development, overall development of the society. Okay, when Western people understood, colonial regime understood this thing, that Gurukul system is harmful for their, I can say, their impact, or I can say their regime. Their regime will be in danger if the Gurukul system will be continued. Okay, because it developed the human being or society uh, thoroughly. So that is why, and for their own power development and control on the India, they require peons, clerks, basically clerks, to run the East India Company. So they introduced their own Western system where only people who can means from the Western education system, only clerks used to come. Okay, this was the system which was set. Okay, so that is why in a Western management system, what we can take only is their academics. Okay, the way they go through any concept, it can be any subject, but their seriousness or depthness for any subject is very remarkable, appreciable. That is why learn academics temperament from them, and second thing, learn scientific temperament from them, because for everything and anything they see the scientific influence, scientific presence. Okay, so when we compare our education, health, environment, and all facets of the life were under the influence of the Indian knowledge system. Why IKS? What is the significance of IKS for a well-being of the society, for a stress management, for sustainable living? Okay, because our thought process was Vasudev Kutumbakam. Sustainable living is required. Now Industry 4.0 is talking about sustainable things. Okay, so you just remember very ancient period we have talked about sustainable living, stress management. Now nowadays youngsters are facing very basic and very huge problem of stress management, but there is a very less solution available from their parents, because parents are also not trained. Your mind is not trained. Your mind is not trained how to manage a stress. But in IKS will guide you that yoga is there, physical exercise, spiritual things are there in IKS, which guides you to remove or control the stress. Okay, stress will be there as long as the life is there. Stress will be there. Your life will be always control or try to control the stress. Okay, so only thing is that you control the stress and keep it a manageable stress. Okay, for the development, for the success, little bit stress is required, but only thing is that it should not overcome on your personality. Okay, that is why if it overcome on your personality, it may create a big problem. Okay, spiritual growth, innovation, all these factors are present in our scenario. But in another side, we can also respect the Western management theories. Also, it can be Taylor, Fayol, Weber, Mayo. They have spent their life for the development of this subject. So you can say that scientific temperament is very important, which was given by all these thinkers. Okay, so in this particular case, from the examination point of view, individualism and collectivism, these two concepts are very important for a two marker, or I can say for the five marker short note. So individualism, try to understand the meaning of this concept, and from the pictures we can make it out the meaning. When the law defines the individual from the collective, that is the individualism. And collectivism means when a laws allow the collective to force the individual. Okay, so this comparison is very important from the examination point of view. This comparison between individualism and collectivism, I can say the separate definition or the comparison will definitely come, which covers the individual identity and collectivism. In IKS, individualism is very important. Vyakti Swatantra, and I can say collectivism is Samuha Swatantra. Okay, these are the two terminologies on their own place. Means Western management theories support collectivism. Peoples are interdependent; they are dependent on each other. And in the I case, individualism, Vyakti Swatantra, peoples are independent. Means you have your own path. Bhagavad Gita teaches you that you are solely responsible for your destiny. Okay, like this way, individual achievements is ideal in individualism. Group achievement is ideal in collectivism. So this definition or this difference is very important from the examination point of view, which we should always study. Okay, now another part is hierarchy structure versus egalitarian structure. So in this particular case, in hierarchy, generally Indian knowledge system support the hierarchy. Pitru Sattak Sanskriti, when the head of the family, maybe your father, mother, they are heading the family, their decision is very important. In egalitarian system, Western management system, where with separate identity of individual in the family is very important. In case of hierarchical structure, your identity is not very important. You follow the guideline given by the head of the family or the karta of the family or the parents in the family who are senior, and they are guiding the whole family. So these are the basically the difference between the two ideologies of the IKS and Western management theories. Examination point of view, this is very important. Another thing is holistic decision making and analytical approach. Okay, holistic is supported by IKS because it sees the date, birth, and the next birth or previous birth of the individual. So holistic approach, sarva samavesha, holistic analytical approach means it sees the scientific part of the thinking only. So that is the analytical approaches. Okay, another thing is intuition and gut feeling. That is part of the IKS. And another versus data driven decision making. See, all these differences are very important from the examination point of view. So I will advise you that individually you understand the concept, try to learn it in your own mother language, mother tongue, and then after try to make your own example which you can understand. I can give thousand examples, there is no question, but only thing is that in which language you can understand, so that you can write it in examination. That is very important, because examples are more or less same. I can give more correct example. Okay, but thing is that you need to understand. Okay, there are many concepts which are there, that intuition and gut feeling versus data driven decision making. So generally, IKS is supporting that intuition means your sixth sense or your seventh sense, which guides you on the basis of your experience, your observation, your gut feeling, which is given by nature. See, gut feeling or intuition is given to mankind by nature. Some people are having more percentage of their thought process driven by intuitions. But Western management theory is focusing on data driven. That is why the data science is very important or popular in current scenario from the technology point of view. So data driven, numbers never lies. This is the philosophy of the Western management theory. Whatever numbers are there, facts are there, figures are there, they rely on their decision making. Every all this, both the system, IKS having intuition and gut feeling, or data-driven decision making. All these two parts has got its own positive and negative part, and some limitations also in the examination. This is very important. Work-life balance, very popular subject for the research, consists of the karma and dharma. Generally, student ask what is karma and dharma. Okay, so question is very simple. Karma is always dynamic. When you are a kid, your karma was different. Playing, enjoying was your karma. Now you are youngster, so your karma is studying, making yourself employable. Okay, so it is very dynamic. When you will grow up, we will getting married, and you are focusing on the job like this. So karma is very dynamic. It is changing. Okay, for this example, I can give the example of two great figures in the history: Purushottam, that is Bhagwan Shri Ram, Maryada Purushottam, and Yogeshwar, who is Bhagwan Krishna. Both the personalities followed their dharma in their own style. Dharma is not a bunches of law and guideline. Dharma is a logic and reason. Dharma. Okay. So dharma is a logical thing. It is guided by the logic, and it has some reasons. Karma is an action did. Okay. So this is the thing. There are two aspects of this dharma and karma. Nishkam karma and sakam karma. Nishkam, from the name itself, you can make it out that without any expectation you are doing the task, which is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Sakam karma means I am getting salary, that is why I am doing job. So that is also sakam karma. It is also one of the part of the society. Okay, Western management ethics. Okay, so Western management ethics suggested that you should work, like you should love your work as an occupation, not merely because you are getting salary or bread and butter out of that. You should love that. So identify that job, that work which you like, so that you can love that job and you can work it very dedicatedly, sincerely. So the beauty of the Western work ethic is these people are so much dedicated for their task. Even they forget their own self, even they forget the society, even they forget their relationship. Like this way, that much dedication they have on their assigned task, or I can say job. Okay, so what we can learn from these people is dedication. Okay. So then after I guess is emphasis on sustainability, and Western focuses on short term. Sustainability means shashwatata. Okay, for a long, if I'm saving my resources so that my son can take advantage of that, or if I should save for my son, for my next generation, that is sustainability. I can save the electricity, I can save the water. I should not pollute the environment. The reason is I need to save all these things for my next generation. That is sustainability. In Western, these people are very short term minded, or short term. Their goals are very short term. Okay, so they think about their own self. Even they are not thinking about their parents or the society. Initially, they are self-oriented people. Okay, so this is their thought process. To some extent now, our society is also focusing on the self, me, my, and mine type of things. Okay, so this is the way that we can understand the short term and long term goals of the societies. Okay, so strategic alignment with the societal goal. This is also another point which is focusing on communication, communicate the direction. Okay, inspire the team, allocate the resources wisely, adapt to the change, achieve the strategic goal. All these are the, I can say, the elements of strategic alignment, so that you can align your organization goal with the societal goal, so that you can live in a very, I can say, good society, which the society which will be sustainable for the coming generation. So these are the factors from the examination point of view also. This is very important. Now the maybe question number three, which is generally little bit analytical. For that, tip for achieving the strategic alignment. Okay, so what is strategic alignment and what are the tips for achieving that? Assess your current situation. A current situation, whatever the resources we have, you analyze that. Define the key objectives. What are the objectives of the organization? Either you want to increase market share or get a profit. Okay, like this, we design a goal with a measurable impact. Measurable impact means it should be very smart. Smart goals are very very important so that you can achieve the strategic alignment. Okay, IKS principle versus shareholder value maximization in the West. Okay, so triple bottom line perspective, which is given corporate governance or social and environmental consideration. From the examination point of view, strategic alignment require what? Awareness of superordinate principle that may include the triple bottom line perspective. So these aspects are planet, people, and profit. These are the three P which are there. Corporate governance concept is also very much familiar. Okay, along with that, now IKS principle versus shareholder value maximization. The very purpose of every company is increase the shareholder value so that your company will be considered as a brand. So for that, what is required? Decision making for enhancing their profit. So that is a very typical Western approach. But in shareholders' interest means the interest of the society, all the investors, shareholders, every stakeholders are coming from the society. So you think about the society and your company will be flourishing more. That is the main concept. Synergizes and integration of the IKS with the Western model. Now question is arises how we can synergize both the concepts so that we can have a very better understanding about both the concepts which are very very important for the living in current scenario. Karma dharma, Western work ethics. Okay, their importance, give importance to the job, to the dedicated task. Okay, your karma and your dharma. Okay, how to do the things and what to do the things. So these two factors are related to the karma and dharma. Dharma means do the things with utmost sincerity. That is dharma. Karma means the assigned task, the task which is given. As a professor, my task, what is my karma? My karma is teach the make the student learn it about the subject. This is the karma I got. What is my dharma? Do my preparation with the utmost sincerity, with seriousness. That is my dharma. Okay, like this as a teacher. Difference between this individualism and collectivism, very very important from the examination point of view. See, from the examination point of view, this question synergizes and integration of the IKS with the Western management practice is very very important. Okay, so you can compare individualism, collectivism, hierarchy, egalitarian. Okay, so these factors are very very important. Okay, so we will move forward with the next I can say unit, that is unit number 4. Okay, in unit number 4, we can discuss the I can say indigenous management practice and the framework. In that, what is very popular term? You can see the first slide, which is very funny little bit. That Indians are doing the things in a very lesser resources. From this diagram, we can make it out. We can see that two kids are carried by this cycle. The person who is riding on a cycle, and very easily by using the cold soft drinks, carrot or vegetable carrot, two kids are very comfortably seated. So this is a sort of jugaad. Okay, what is the meaning of the jugaad from the examination point of view is very important. It is a quick fix work around or hack. Okay, principle of the jugaad from the examination point of view is very important. Examples, you can see the cloth ironing used upside down to cook the noodles. So very various examples are there. Indians are very much popular. So difference between jugaad and innovation: jugaad is desi technique or hack to solve the problem by using less resources, and innovation is a very scientific thing which require proper budget, proper system, lab, and all these things. So philosophy, approach, cost, reliability, focus, resource, and testing from the examination point of view. 5 marker for the short note or 10 marker for the difference between jugaad and innovation is also very important. Factors of jugaad and factor of innovation from the comparison point of view: market, practice, employability. These factors are given. Analysis of successful jugaad innovation in India: Tata Nano, Arvind Hospital, Akash, tablet. So all these examples are very important, which motivate us to do the research in a less resources, in a less budget. The purpose of Pune University to set this unit in a syllabus is to motivate you that in a less resources also Indians they have done a great job. So you can also do innovation is a need of the hour. India really require innovation in a different factor. You can see the traffic jam problem, health issues, uh, food technologies. Okay, there are many sectors which require Indian jugaad system, and I appeal to all my youngsters that they should also. I am also part of your team, but I should advise them, request them that global level, USA, UK, all are doing the jugaad, all are doing the research more or less way. Okay, so artisan thinking process. So first of all, for a jugaad, your mind should be very open and very innovative. Okay, so it require what? It require inspiration. Okay, for any invention, inspiration is required. Incubation, a place where sort of lab where you can do the experiment. Elimination, you can project your experiment, and verification, you can test it from the your own self or outside agency so that you can have the success. Okay, creative thing is equal to what? Original plus useful. It should be very genuine one, new one, and plus it should be very useful. Then you can call it as a creative. The definition of the creative is useful and original. Okay, using the paper clip to keep the skin flap in a place during the surgery. That is also the example. There are many examples which are given in a jugaad agriculture. Examples in the jugaads are very important. Indian or global examples. These are the two books which are written for the scaling jugaad innovation. Because the drawback of jugaad is that, or I can say the shortfall of the jugaad is that you can invent any product by using jugaad, but develop it at a scalable level is very important, and sustaining that jugaad for the innovation is also another different challenge that you should understand.
Sir,
So from the examination point of
sir,
view,
your
the
slide is
question will
not visible.
clarify that how you can scale up the jugaad, how you can make it more innovative, useful for the society. Okay, there are many example in a third world countries also, like Mozambique.
Hello, sir.
Examples.
Sir, can you hear me? Sir, your
Hello.
slide is not visible.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Now you can see.
No, no.
Now. Hello.
No, no, sir, no.
Yes, sir.
Now, yes, we can see your slide. Yes,
Okay. So,
it's perfect.
so these are the example of the jugaad. Jugaad require what? Jugaad require a very good example. You can code, but the application point of view, jugaad mindset is very important. You should be a person who should always think there is a shortcut or a very easy way, cheaper way to solve any complicated or costly problem, means the problem which requires some costly solution. That is the costly problem. Okay, so it is about the jugaad, that Indian art of frugal innovation combined with the first principle of thinking. Jugaad come from the mindset. Okay, that you should be that type of person who can think that you can do a task by using less resources in a cheaper, I can say, resources which are available in a market for the development. Okay, so these are the examples globally that I have quoted here. You can also take that this is water ATM, which is for the poor people who can consume good quality of the water. Emerging trade in the technology, in frugal innovation, AI, IoT. So these are also, you can see, the shortcut way to support to the technology manufacturing services. Okay, so doing more in a less is a mantra for the jugaad, and that is the way. From the examination point of view, we have discussed examples are very important. Significance, meaning, application of the jugaad will be asked in the examination. Okay, now moving forward with this very quick approach, that is, I will say, Next unit, we will move to next unit. Let me go to next unit where, okay, okay, okay. Wait for a minute.
Yes, sir. Is there any problem?
No, no. I can share. Okay. Can you see
Yes, yes, perfect.
the fifth unit is very, very interesting unit, that indigenous management practices and frameworks, the role of family and community in Indian business. Name is very long, but unit is very simple and very practical. That we have many example, good example of the joint families who are into the business, large family size, joint property. Okay, so these are the features or characteristic of the joint family system, where karta, head of the family, is very important, where common kitchen is there. From the examination point of view, they may ask that who is a karta in a joint family system. Okay, two marker, joint family system, their merits and demerits. Okay, joint family has got merit like ensure the economic progress, provide a leisure for the members. Okay, when it comes to the drawbacks, demerits, non-earning members may also continue to become a lethargic and idle. So drawbacks, merit, demerits, examination point of view, very, very, very important. Family-owned business, you must remember at least 10 to 15 names of Wadia, Tata, Ambani, Birla, Bajaj, Mahindra. These are the very popular and successful families in India. While giving example, community networks, examination point of view, this terminology, community network is some people are coming together and they work for the well-being of their own self and for the society. So voluntary community, religious community, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram community, I can say, like these communities are there. Religious communities, some sports community. Okay, science, sport authority of India. So these are the communities. Neighborhood vision communities, business communities, village communities. Okay, so purpose of this community is that together, through cooperative system, we can use, by using each other's resources, common resources, we can make a difference. That is the main thing. First of all, cooperative society, IFCCO, Kisan is very good example, Amul is there, Shri Mahila Grow Udyog, Lijjat Papad, these are the example. The purpose of cooperative society, examination point of view, is to meet their common economic, social and cultural need and aspiration. So cooperative society is very important from the examination point of view. There are advantages and disadvantages, or I can say, I will not say disadvantages of the cooperative society, but challenges. Okay, so from the examination point of view, these challenges are very important, so that you can understand the meaning of cooperative society, their advantages and challenges. Challenges are governance and the management. These are the less skilled people in a cooperative society. So managing the documentation and the managing that professionally is a big challenge for them. Another thing is capital and the resource constraint. Yes, initially when they start with the less resources, I can remember, I can give example of Amol Doodh. On first day, they have just 70 kg of milk collection on first day, and now you can see per day they are having a collection of 10,000 liter milk per day. Means slowly, when cooperative movement is at a initial stage, the size is very small, quantum is very small. Over a period of time, the quantum get enhanced. Okay, so political interference is a challenge. Competition, two cooperative societies in the same sector, they compete with each other. You can compare with the two cooperative banks. Internal conflicts, some people are educated, some people are less educated, some people are not educated. So internal conflicts are more. When organization is there, guys, definitely conflict will comes. When people are there, definitely conflict will come. So conflict is very common factor, but only thing is that your understanding, your maturity solve the problem of the conflict. Lack of expertise, when you start a business, you are in a cooperative sector, you get a less experience and you start, and that is why expertise is also the issue. Limited resources, of course. When you start initially, you face a issue of the resources. Example of the social enterprises like Anusha Gupta, Urvashi Sahani. These are the examples on internet. You can find the example of the social entrepreneurs. They are working for the betterment of the society, but they are doing business also. Okay, try to understand the example of the social entrepreneurs. They are entrepreneurs, but they are working for the well-being of the society. There are many examples: Harish Hande, Ravi Shankar, Sri Ravi Shankar, okay, Sheila Batra, Zubia Bai, Madhu Pandit Dasa, Lakshmi Menon, Satyen Das. These are the excellent example. I can give it to you. So, for the social entrepreneurs, there are some enterprises also like Dhruva, Lakira, Terracin, okay, Anchal, Love is Mighty. So these are the enterprises which work for the society. Actually, they do business also. Okay, the another examples of these things are also given. Finally, CSR, corporate social responsibility. As a student of management, you should know that India is the first country in the world to make a CSR as a mandatory on the Amendment of Company Act 2023 in April 2014. Business can invest their profit in areas such as education. Means CSR fund can be applied, can be useful for, I can say, education, poverty, gender equality, and hunger as a part of any social compliance. Means, in short, I can tell you in 2024, under the guidance of our late finance minister Arun Jaitley ji, he has made an announcement in the parliament that all companies with certain range of turnover, they can they must utilize their net profit, 2% of their net profit for the CSR fund. Okay, if the company's net profit is 100 crore rupees, then they can utilize 2 crore rupees for the CSR in given subjects like education, poverty, gender equality, and hunger. Why? What is the purpose? Why this is made compulsory? Reason is very simple, that when companies are getting advantages of, I can say, profit, then definitely it is because of the society. Your all employees or your stakeholders, your all vendors are coming from the society. So you are liable to pay something in return to the society, and basically to the poor class of the society. That is why for their education, equality in the society, to remove the hunger, you may be knowing that. Correct me if I'm wrong, that 25-30% people every night in India they are sleeping empty stomach. So that is a problem, very big problem of hunger. So society should also participate through CSR. Society means, I can say, the company corporates. Okay, so this is the actually the concept. As a student of management, you should able to explain. You should not only explain the CSR form, full form. You need to mention all these things, the need of CSR, because government is not sufficient to manage all the problem present in the society. Company should also come forward, society should also come forward. Okay, so schedules are given, areas are already given, these 5 areas. These 4 areas are given, and incubation and R&D, public fund, university, IITs, DRDO, Ayurveda, yoga. So these are the factors, which are the areas where you can invest that 2% amount of your net profit for the betterment of the society, and that is very compulsory activity, so that in coming new India, young India, we can find a less problem. And definitely the world or country will be a better place to live. Country will be a better place to live. That is why in IKS Vasudev Kutumbakam concept will be fulfilled. Okay, the whole world is my family. So that concept was given by Bhagwan Krishna will definitely into the reality when we will follow the CSR activity. These are the parameters which are given, these are the areas which are given. From the examination point of view, what is CSR, what are the areas, how the CSR fund can be utilized, what is the significance of the CSR, what are the drawbacks of the CSR, all these type of questions may be asked. So adapting the traditional practice on a modern business environment, that is also the important aspect from the examination point of view. There are certain aspects like integrating technology, customer centric model, modernization, production, leadership models, and sustainability. These are the factors which are very, very important from the adapting traditional practice to the modern business environment. We suppose we are doing business more than 20 years. Now, in a current scenario when Industry 4.0 has already appeared or already in a working, in the mind of the entrepreneurs in the business communities. So you should also advance enough to tackle and adapt with the business technologies which are modern. Okay, समय के साथ चलो. Okay, that type of thought process is very much essential for a development of your own corporation. So IKS or family business are criticizes that these businesses are not successful. Reason is they are not following the modern technology. So here in this chapter we try to suggest family business who are running since more than 100 years, they should adapt the new technology, adapt the new business models, business environment, and change. Okay, now global trends emerging in the family business, that life is an urban setting, birth control and family planning, social mobility. Okay, marriage, marital disruption and divorce. So emerging trends and their impact on family. Now, very less people are. You must know the impact of globalization on the family business. That language is another aspect that you should learn many languages. You should communicate with the people from the different part of the continent. You know their rituals, their role, custom, relationship. Try to understand when you are considering Vasude Kutumbakam, then you should understand, respect the culture of other people also. Then and then you can do business with them. Okay, their different practices, their manner of interaction, their thought, their values, their expected behavior, all these factors in a culture. One culture is having this type of factor, and these factors are different, and you should accept the difference and try to adapt the thing. Then and then you can survive in a global environment. So from the examination point of view, all these factors are very very important. If you listen my all discussions very carefully in a part 1 and part 2, and definitely it will be very easy for you for quick revision